Friends, today is Friday, the 30th of October. We just completed our celebration of the Eucharist, and we have another beautiful gospel with a beautiful message for us of Christ's healing power. Christ's healing power, always a welcome message for us. But the gospel today is a beautiful illustration of our responsorial psalm, which is, how great are the works of the Lord. How great are the works of the Lord. And we see those works in the gospel today, the power of Jesus healing. And once again, in that gospel, Jesus shows his care for a suffering individual, shows his care and his love for someone who is suffering, and he will let nothing get in the way of his healing power. Neither the Pharisees, nor the scholars of the law, nor the Sabbath itself, because Jesus is superior to the Sabbath. Jesus is superior to the law itself. We hear Jesus say, "You have heard it said, but I say to you." In other words, even as Yahweh has given the law to Moses, Jesus himself gives the law. You have heard it said, but I say to you. And no scrupulosity of the Sabbath is going to get in the way of Jesus' healing. Nothing stops him. He sees a person who is suffering, and immediately he is concerned, and his care and his love are shown in a healing, a miracle healing. And so it is today in our gospel that Jesus is at a meal with a Pharisee. That in itself is a little unusual. Pharisees and Jesus usually stay pretty far apart, but he's in the home of a Pharisee for a meal. And before him is a man that has dropsy. I think we would call that edema today, which is an excess of fluids in the body, a person who was suffering. And there was nothing that could be done in the ancient world for this. And all the eyes of the people are on Jesus at this meal. You know, privacy was a little different in the ancient world than it is today. People could look into the home and see the people dining, and this person with dropsy must have just wandered in. It simply says that in front of him at the meal, at table, there was a man suffering with dropsy. Jesus spoke to the scholars and asked them that typical question. We heard it just a few days ago, the woman who had suffered for 18 years with a crippling disease. And here Jesus says again, is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath or not? And they kept silent, it says. Kept silent. But isn't this why Jesus came? Earlier in the Gospel of Luke, when Jesus begins his public ministry and pulls out that scroll of the prophet Isaiah and said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to bring glad tidings to the poor, set captives free, declare a year of favor for the Lord." And that year of favor is here. That year of favor is here. And Jesus, it simply says, there's a little description, not much description. It says, so he took the man, and after he had healed him, dismissed him. The man obviously was not an invited guest at the dinner, and Jesus dismissed him. And it said the same a couple of days ago when Jesus cured the woman who had suffered for 18 years. He cured her and dismissed her. And the same question really arises. Is it lawful? Is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath or not? It says to them, who among you, if your son or ox falls into a cistern, would not immediately pull him out on the Sabbath? and the argument from the lesser to the greater. What about this person who has suffered? Even if it is the Sabbath, God's love and care is superior to any kind of scrupulosity of rules that might have governed the Sabbath. Is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath? How often that comes up in the gospel, and Jesus always a person, and the needs of the person are superior to that. You know, the year of favor that Jesus declared, the year of favor continues. It didn't stop in the ancient world. That year of favor, Jesus has come and declared that year of favor for us. And we in the church continue the same mission of Jesus, declaring that year of favor. And thus the mission of the church, the same mission of Jesus, is to bring healing and to set captives free. And, of course, people today have the same objections to what the church does in terms of, setting captives free, the mission of Jesus. Well, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. The needs of people come first, and that's what we need to show in the church. Healing. How great are the works of the Lord, our responsorial. Hold that thought, and we'll see you tomorrow.